Catriona's Castle story time. I am Catriona, the story fairy godmother, and today I'm going to tell you the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And if you like, you can be different characters while I act out the story and tell the story. You can be lots of things right there from your places. So let's begin. How do all stories begin, my friends? Once upon a time, there was a king and a queen in a castle, and they had a beautiful baby princess. Now her name was Snow White, and everyone in the castle was thrilled with the little princess. But the queen was not feeling well, and she had to go far away and hopefully get better. Now the king, being a king, he had to leave the castle too and do many kingly things far away. So someone needed to come and take care of Snow White in the castle. Now there was another queen from far away, and she came to the castle, and when she came, the castle began to shake, and she said, "I will take care of the child." Do you think she will, my friends? I don't think so. And she said, "I will take care of Snow White." And the king said, "Please take care of my child." And he hugged her and he went away. Now this queen had to be the most beautiful in the land, and everywhere she went, she took her magic mirror. And so she would always ask the mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?" And the mirror would reply, "You are the fairest, my queen." But this time, when she asked, the mirror said, "Beware of Snow White's beauty." Oh, the queen was worried. How could this happen? She must be the most beautiful. And so she thought, when Snow White was old enough, she would make her work in the castle, scrubbing the floors. And so a little time passed by. Make some time pass by, my friends. And then Snow White was old enough. And the queen said, "Snow White, scrub that castle floor." And Snow White began to scrub. Squinch, squinch, squinch. And Snow White asked, "Why do you make me work so hard?" And the queen said, "So you won't be so beautiful." Now more time passed by. That's right, make some time pass by. And Snow White had grown into a beautiful young lady. And this time she was right outside the castle door by a wishing well. And she was wishing as she was speaking to the little birds that were singing around her. She wished that someone would take her away. Someone would take her away from this evil queen in this castle. Now, just then, we could hear not too far away, very quietly, the sound of a horse. And it's getting closer, so it's getting louder, my friends. You can make that sound of the horse. And oh, off the horse came a handsome prince. And the horse said, "Nay." And the prince asked, "Hello, princess. My horse and I are thirsty. May we have some water from your well, please?" And so she said, "Why, certainly." And she gave them both some water. The prince thanked her, and the horse said, "Nay." And the prince took her by the hand, and he said, "Princess, may I come and visit you again?" And she said, "Why, please do." And he took off his hat, and he bowed his head to her, and off he rode. "I will see you again someday." And then Snow White, she went into the castle, into a different room. Now, in the meantime, the queen had spoken to her magic mirror again, and she said, and asked the mirror, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?" And the mirror replied, "You are fair, my queen, 'tis true, but now Snow White is fairer than you." Oh, the queen was so angry, and she called for the huntsman. "Huntsman, come here at once. Take Snow White to the forest. She must never return, and you know what to do. Now go." And the huntsman went and found Snow White. They were friends. And he said, "Snow White, come to the forest." She thought they were going for a picnic. But when she got to the forest, the huntsman said, "Snow White, you must run away. You can never come back to the castle. The queen won't have it." "But where do I go? I have nowhere to live." And the huntsman said, "Snow White, I am saving your life. You must run away." And off the huntsman left her, alone in the forest. She was frightened. She could hear animal sounds, spooky sounds. Friends, make some spooky sounds. Ooh! And the tree branches were reaching out. And all of a sudden she fainted in the forest. And while she was sleeping, the little animals came by. Who was this stranger in the forest? And then they saw it was Princess Snow White. And they weren't afraid of her at all because she was so kind and good. And she awakened, and they said and asked her, "Why are you here?" She said, "I have nowhere to live." And the little animals said, "We know where there's a cottage in the woods. Follow us, Snow White." And she followed the little animals to a little house. Now, my friends, did you ever go into a stranger's house? No, that's not safe. But when Snow White peeked in the window, she could see everything was a big mess, and everything was very, very tiny, tiny little dishes and little plates and cups. Maybe no one is taking care of them. Maybe these children, they must be children if everything is so tiny. Maybe they're by themselves. She could help them. And so she went inside and she began to scrub the dishes and the windows and make some porridge. You could help make some porridge and stir it up. The whole cottage smelled wonderful. She went upstairs. She had to take a little rest. She fell asleep. While she was sleeping, not too far away from the cottage, there was a mine, a couple of mines, and in the mines there were jewels and gold. And who do you think worked in those mines? Little dwarves, little men. And so the dwarfs would take their pickaxe, all their axes, and they would dig for jewels and diamonds and gold in all these mines and work so hard. It was time to go home though, and the boss dwarf said, "Men," as he picked up a little lantern, "Men, it's time to go home." And so off they went back to their cottage. When they went inside the cottage, they looked around. "Hey, where's our big mess?" said the little dwarves. And they looked around and wondered who could be there. And they went upstairs and they saw her. "Oh, it's a giant!" And she wakened. And they said, "Why are you in our house?" And she said, "I am Princess Snow White." And they realized, it is the princess. It was the princess. Why is she there? And she said, "I thought you were children." Oh, this hurt their feelings and they were upset. "We're not children, we're men." But then they smelled this porridge. Porridge! And they all wanted to gobble up the porridge as Snow White was telling them that the queen had sent her away. But they wanted to eat the porridge. She said, "You can't eat anything until you wash." And the dwarf said, "We're not washing." Maybe they didn't know how. My friends, can you help them? Put some water in your hands. Put your face in there and go, and then they gobbled up the porridge. Oh, it was delicious. And all the dwarfs, except one, said, "Please stay, Snow White." But one of the dwarfs said, "She can't stay, she's a girl." But then Snow White said, "Please let me stay." And even that dwarf said, "You may stay." Now the next morning the dwarfs had to go off to work, and they warned Snow White, "Don't answer the door, Snow White, it could be a stranger." And they said goodbye and off they went, and they went off to the mine. Now Snow White was busy working around the little cottage. Now back at the castle, the evil queen spoke to her mirror to make sure Snow White was gone, and she said and asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all?" And the mirror replied, "You are not. Snow White is the fairest. She sleeps in the dwarf's cottage." The queen was angry, and so she sent the huntsman away. She went down to the bottom of the castle in the dungeon, and she walked around the castle, began to shake, and so she said, "I will change myself into a little witch." And so she took her potion, my friends, sprinkled it all around, and she began to change into a little witch. And then she said, "Now I will make a potion, a magic apple." And so things were coming out of there all of a sudden. Oh, what is this? this apple. One bite from this apple and Snow White will sleep forever. Only a love's kiss will break the spell. And so the little woman, she took the apple and she went into the forest. All the animals tried to frighten her away. She said, "Leave me alone, I must find Snow White." And she got to the cottage and she knocked on the door. Should Snow White answer that door? No, it's a stranger. But the little woman called out, "Please, I'm so thirsty from selling apples. May I have some water?" And Snow White came out of the cottage and gave the little woman some water, and she should not have done that. But the little woman said, "Please, my dear, you're so kind. Please take this apple." Should Snow White take that apple from a stranger? No. But she did. She took the apple and she took a little bite and it went crunch. And then she dropped the apple. She started to feel faint and she fainted right there in the forest. And she fell fast asleep, a deep, deep sleep. And the little woman, "Ha ha, the spell is cast." And she ran away and the animals went and found the dwarfs and they went and found her and they chased that little witch away. She was never seen again. And the dwarfs went back and they found Snow White. "Snow White, wake up!" She did not wake. She did not wake up. And the little dwarfs and the animals were sad. And they placed her in a little glass case. And there they watched by her side. All of this time they waited and they waited and they waited. And the dwarfs took off their little hats and put them over their hearts. "Please wake up, Snow White." Nothing happened. But then, you can hear far in the distance the sound of a horse. It's getting closer. It's getting louder. And all of a sudden that horse stopped. Right here in the forest. It was the prince. And he got off of his horse and he said, "I am searching for a princess." And the dwarfs and the animals said, "Here is a princess." And he took away the glass cover. Snow White. And he couldn't help himself. And he bent down and he gave her a little kiss. Just then, her eyes began to open. And she stretched. And the dwarf said, "You broke the spell, Prince." And he said, "I have been searching for her for so long." And he helped her up. And he said, "Snow White, you are so kind and good. Will you be my princess?" Now, she had to think about it for a moment. And she said, "I will, if we always help the animals and the dwarfs." And the prince said, "We will always help them." And so she got on his horse and they rode away waving goodbye. "Goodbye, Snow White. Goodbye, Prince." And she said, "Goodbye, dwarfs and animals." They rode off to his castle where they lived from that day on happily ever after. And that's the end of the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Goodbye, my friends. I hope to see you another time at Catriona's Castle Story Time.